What's going on, guys? It's Trainboy55, and today I have a very great time at the train show. And my first time going to Thinker Toys in Sioux City. So, without further ado, let's take a look at them all. First stop, we got Thomas's Castle Delivery. That is from one of the greatest moments in King of the Railway. I already have Toby's Castle Delivery already. That was the year before the Thomas Friends Wood took over. So, let's get this thing open. There we go. Here's Thomas with suits of armors and the cargo. Next item. Next, Stevens's Coaches, or simply known as Stevens's Castle Coaches. I finally got this Coaches that, thanks to Thinker Toys, that has the Thomas Wooden Railway stuff left. There they are, out of the box. Next item, it was the 2013 Rheneas. So you're probably wondering why I need to get this Rheneas. Is because that my collection of Wooden Railway has been updated. Just like I put 2013 Edward and Toby in my collection. And also, this one is a lot different. It's painted orange, see? Next up, one of the rarest items that was released in 2012, Peter Sam. It was new in box, and it has a CGI face, and it was released by Tommy. There he is, all fresh out of the box. Yeah, I know I have the 2018 version of Peter Sam already, and this one is CGI face. I could keep both versions of Peter Sam. Last, the two characters are twins, but not on rails, but on roads. It's Max and Monty, the mischievous dump trucks. I finally got these two from Thinker Toys, and that was the only item that was left. And now, the Jack in the Pack in my Thomas Wooden Railway collection was nearly completed. There we go, fresh out of the box. So if you press the cylinder this way, it dumps it, like this. And when you press it down a little bit, as you can tell, there's a magnet beneath the dump thing. Now Max and Monty is now added to my Thomas Wooden Railway collection. Now we were on next thing to the train show items I got for my biggest haul ever. First stop, here's the new style version of the Sodor engine wash. It was a very good condition. And if you turn it, it does works. Let me try this Rheneas. Oops, hold on. So guess what? It works. Next up, here's another Wooden Railway road vehicle. It's a Sodor ambulance, an exclusive vehicle that you can get it for the hospital destination, that one that came with Harold. Just like this picture right here. This ambulance van, it was a very excellent condition, and no scratches and no damage. It cost me like $2.50. Next up, here's a rolling stock. A red baggage car. It was a pretty good condition. And it's perfectly okay. It cost me like $4. Next rolling stock is another box car. Yeah, now I got 2 box cars now. One is from Grandma's, the one that from my grandma, the one that came with another Wooden Railway Fred and the old style Chinese dragon. So I got these 2 of this version in my collection. I'll get the green version later on. Next, here's another version of an old-style Peter Sam. I remember to used to have this model as a kid. Sadly, I can't find where Peter Sam is. Maybe I lost it. So, it's been like years and a half, and now I finally got this old-style Peter Sam with an old funnel. Just like in the Series 4. Next up, here's another Sodor construction crew. It's Byron the Bulldozer. He looks in excellent condition. No scratches and no paint chippings. And of course, if you push it along, it rolls well. If you press the button, he lifts the plow up and down. And now, the last finale for the Wooden Railway collection of Jack in the Pack is Elizabeth. I'm sure I can get her later on. Next one is an old-style battery-operated Salty. This is the toy that was made by Learning Curve. I already tested out to see if this one works. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. So I had to fix this item after this video of part 2. Here's another battery-operated engine. A 2000 is an old-style battery-operated Percy. It was in good condition, but the top part is scratches, and the motor and this inside of the shell was that you could tell it really needs cleaning. Yeah. Not very good. But don't worry, I'm sure I can fix that. Next is my very first gold rail engines. That was known as a Bandai Tex that was released in the US and Japan. It's a China Clay Twin Ben. It was a good condition, but the buffer beam is broken. But I can fix that with that balsa wood later. That is the rarest and the first time having this gold rail model and the Bandai Tex model for the first time ever. I'm sure I can get some more later. Next up, we got Ertls. First up is Duck, the Great Western engine. His face was fine. The paint and the funnel have few paint chipping scratches. And the coupling, well, has a bit of almost cut off. But I did test it out by coupling up to the Ertl Toad. And it works fine. Speaking of Ertl Toad, here he is. A very great condition, but the buffers is almost a little dent. The buffer was on the dent, and the face needs a bit painting. Next up, we got Devious Diesel. His face needs painting, and the black body needs to be black sharpied or black painted. It cost me like $4.50. Next up, here's a 6 narrow gauge engine Duke. His face was fine, and the paint was almost in good condition. It cost me like $4.75. And I finally got him. I came up with another Ertl narrow gauge engines left, like Bertram and Smudger. Next up, here's another road vehicle I got. It's a fire engine, or hook and ladder. The wheels is fine, and the painting job needs to be added to the spot. And needs to be good as new. So, pretty nice so far. Next up, the Farquhar diesel engine, Mavis. She was in awesome condition, and there's no scratches, and there's no damaging. She looks perfectly okay, and she gets the pass. Next up, here's a character from Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Diesel 10. He looks like he was in excellent condition, but this claw was just almost chipped off. It cost me like $5.75. And that's all for my Ertls I showed you all. And the Gold Rail one and the Wooden Rail ones. Next up, we're heading to the Take-Alongs and Take-and-Plays. First up, here's the 2013 Take-and-Play Thomas. I finally got him since before the Take-and-Play magnet was replaced with the Wooden Railway ones. Anyway, this model was in excellent condition, but the top part of the roof needs to be painted. And the face is perfectly straight. Next, one of the characters that was appeared in Day of the Diesels, Belle. She looks, her face needs a bit of a, her eyes are pointing almost right. The cylinder needs to be painted, and the whole chip spot needs to be painted, and needs a bit more detailing. I'm sure I can give her a good as new after this video. Next up is one of the rarest Take-and-Play collection item of all, the Chinese Dragon. Yep, the Chinese Dragon, everyone's favorite dragon. If you press the tail up and down, his head bobbles up. So anyway, this dragon is in excellent, great condition. On to the next item. First up, here's the 2013 Take-and-Play Diesel. I like the side rods, which is a fake one, and he looks in pretty excellent condition as the Chinese Dragon. Next item is Steven the Rocket. Pew! He also in excellent, great condition as Thomas and Diesel and the Chinese Dragon. Next up, we got the Forgetful Engine, Sydney. Sydney looks perfectly okay, and the chip needs to be painted a little bit. and the face was okay. Next up, the narrow gauge engine, Mighty Mac. My first Mighty Mac item. The faces are fine, but the chips on the cabs on both sides needs to be as good as new. So anyway, on to the next item. Next item is the 2013 Diesel 10. He was great. He was in good condition. That both sides, like this part and this part, needs to be black Sharpied, as well as the buffers. And the claw and the arms are a little stiff to turn and turning around the place. But it didn't matter. This model's okay. Next up, one of the splendid red engine, James. I finally got James. This is the take-and-play version. It costs... His whole body cost me like $5.75, and his tender cost me like $3. This James was okay, but his tender needs to be cleaning, and the paint spot needs to be a little bit repainted. That James doesn't like get his paint scratch. Next up, one of the proudest, strongest engine, Gordon. I finally got Gordon. This is a take-and-play one. His tender cost me like $3. And this is the same price as James with this part. Next item is Dennis. This Dennis was a take-and-play one, or is it the take-along? That I don't know. I don't know how to tell the difference of this item. So anyway, this item needs to be added touching on top of him, and he's okay, and he's great item I can pick on. Next up, his brother Norman. This is the Norman that I don't have it yet. This Norman and Dennis are both brothers. The bodies and the colors are different, and the personalities and the faces are different. Both of them cost me like $6.50. Next up, a yellow engine, Molly. This is the take-along Molly. The top part needs to be a little bit of paint job. And the tender was perfectly okay. It cost me like $4. This Molly cost me like $4.75. And last but not least, here is another take-along breakdown crane. I have the first one. I have the second one as a kid. So I got this great, excellent condition of this breakdown crane. So, on to the next one is Tommy and Trackmasters. First Trackmaster item was a balloon car. Just like the one that came with Percy and Up, Up, and Away. It wobbles up. It cost me like $5.75. The same price as like the other. Next item is from Hit Toys, is Madge. She looks in great condition, but her eyebrows are missing. So I'll fix that. Next up, here's the Tommy Terrence the Tractor. With Farmer Finney on top of him. I already tested out Matching Terrence already and put in the batteries, and it runs well. This Terrence is from Thomas at Timber Yard. Said that in the train show, the set is incompleted. So I decided to buy this Terrence instead, because that's the Tomy and Trackmaster versions of Terrence I don't own. Next, here's two more take-along engines that I forgot to show you. Here's the Take-and-Play Stanley. This Stanley is much great condition in this item. It cost me like same price, you guessed it, $5.75. Let me get the sticker off. There. Last of all, but not least, one of the rarest in the take-along range. So here's the metallic diesel. This amazing item is in great and excellent condition ever that I picked out. And it's also perfect to your collection. And that's all that I gotta show you all. Thank you guys so much for watching of this video, and hope we'll see you guys later.